about to attempt something I've never done before, which is review some music. Because Taylor Swift's latest album, Reputation, came out on Friday, and just like probably the rest of the general populace, I have thoughts. And I'm going to share those thoughts with you. I have worn all black in memory of the old Taylor. May she rest in peace. So I am ready to dig into this album, but I do have a quick disclaimer, which is that I like Taylor Swift. I think she is an awesome songwriter. I think she is like a brilliant artist and marketer. So I have, you know, mad respect for her. But I feel like sometimes in the Taylor Swift fandom, it's like if you don't love every single aspect of everything that she does, then you're like a garbage human. I don't love every single thing that she does, but you know, I respect her and I like her, so you know, everybody chill. So it feels like on this album, Taylor Swift has a few things that she wants us to know. The first being that she's mad. She is mad. She is pissed, and it has changed her, I think. So yeah, so she, you know, she's not happy, but she's in love. And there are a lot of like love songs on this album, like current love songs. So, you know, she's mad, but she's also like kind of happy. And she like really on this album wants us to know that she swears and she drinks and she is probably having the sex. Like would some people say she's overcompensating? So yeah, let's just dive into the first song. The first song is Ready For It. Song because this is basically like bass drop the song. It's kind of like she's coming right out the gate being like, hey, all y'all better watch where you're stepping because I am dropping the bass everywhere. And this is kind of where she takes a little foray into rapping. Like, is it rapping? I don't know that I'd qualify it as rapping. It's more of kind of like a musical, rhythmic talk singing. I think she probably was looking at it just like Ed Sheeran does this, why can't Taylor Swift do this? So track number 2 is Endgame. I don't know, this song, like the end result for me is kind of what I would imagine like a threesome to be like, which is like kind of awkward and uncomfortable while it's happening, but ultimately, like at the end of the day, you're just kind of like, you know, that was alright. This does have a lyric that I really like, which is the bury hatchets but keep a map of where I put them, because like she does not want us to forget she's mad. But my least favorite is probably like the first part of Future's verse. It's you so dope but no overdose. I'm so stoked, I need toast, we do the most, I'm in the ghost. Like I'm whipping a boat. It kind of feels like how many words with like an O sound can we get into like 10 seconds. I don't see really how the toast fits in there. Maybe it's supposed to be like a champagne toast, but I just think of like bread, like toast. It didn't really do it for me. The next song is I Did Something Bad, which is probably one of my 2 favorite songs on this album. I especially enjoy this part right here, this one. I think it's neat because it appears to be like a language that human ears have never heard before. It probably comes from the same beginnings as whatever language her like pseudonym was, the Niels Schorberg. I imagine that this kind of comes from and is derived from that same tongue. It's neat, and I can't make, this is like a crazy fan theory, but it kind of sounds like it might be the same dialect as whatever Missy Elliott was saying in Work It, you know, the part where it's the, you know, I feel like there's a connection. Okay, so this next one, Don't Blame Me, is kind of like Beyonce's Crazy in Love that was remixed for 50 Shades of Grey. Let's take a quick listen, shall we? Don't blame me, Lord, make me crazy, doesn't show me doing it right. Let's hear that in contrast to Crazy in Love. I don't know. know, that's just the first thing I thought when I heard it. And like, I don't really have any other feelings about this one. It was there. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. So this next one, Delicate, this is an interesting one. Let's listen to the beginning of this one. Listen for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. What I imagine happened in this situation is that Imogen Heap and Taylor Swift had a collaboration on the last album, Clean. What must have happened is that Imogen wasn't looking and Taylor kind of like went through her stuff and found the device, the like recording tool that kind of creates this like vocal effect that Imogen used in Hide and Seek. And I think one of the like most problematic things for me in this song would be this lyric. All I think about is like some like really nerdy dad type character in like jeans and white sneakers, and I know that probably there's some like sexy man fashion look that's like the dark jeans and Nikes, but that's not what comes to my head. This was another one that was like a little like sleepy for me. I was just kind of like, yeah, you know, meh. Oh, but the next one is, hey, listen, I've had a couple songs where I was playing nice, but in case you forgot how pissed I am, listen to this. So yes, Look What You Made Me Do was the first single off the album. I think my most burning question when she talks about, I've got a list of names and yours is in red underlined, was it the same list that she had a blank space, baby, and she wrote the name? Is it a separate list? How many lists does she have? Is it like a naughty and nice list? I have so many questions. Really, like, my other major takeaway from this song is that she said the line, "Look what you made me do," 39 times. I know this because I counted. Do I think she could have conveyed the same message saying it maybe like 32 times? No. Every single one of those 39 times meant something different. Alright, so this one's called So It Goes. It was just kind of another like one that was here for me. My funniest stupid image from this song was when she talks about wearing you like a necklace. I literally imagine like having another human just like draped over you and having to carry them around at all times. So I feel like maybe that's not what she was going for, but really, who's to say? This next one. I mean, clearly the star of this song is Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' daughter. When I first heard this song, I hated it. I did. I hated it. I thought it was really like stupid and juvenile, and then as I listened to it more, it grew on me. And then it especially grew on me when I watched kind of like the behind the scenes making of a song about it, where it goes through her writing it. My favorite lyric is actually one that she didn't use, but you saw her like try it out in the special, which was, I got a boyfriend, he's older than us. I haven't seen him in a couple of months. Just because it's a reminder that like celebrities don't get to have normal relationships. I think for most people it's like you go for a couple days without seeing your significant other and like freak out and be like texting them all the time being like, where are you? What are you doing? Famous people go for months without seeing each other. That must be really intensely hard, and you know, it's easy for us to be like critical of their relationships not working, but you know, it's kind of a different ball game for them. But, you know, the lyric I had a problem with on this one was, you make me so happy it turns back to sad, just because I don't understand it. I can understand, like, I've had instances, usually when it comes to food, that I'm like so happy about it, it like almost makes me angry, where it's like, oh my god, that's so delicious, like, how dare you? Who gave you the right? But I've never been so happy that I became sad again. The next song is Getaway Car, which Daft Punk, Is That You? No, this was another like fine one for me. I thought some of the rhymes were kind of silly, like not as good as her normal writing. Like something about thinking and drinking, and I'm just like, all right, like we're better than that now, Taylor. Other than that, it was a fine song. Same thing for King of My Heart. I mean, it's fine, you know, she's in love. And then we have Dancing with Our Hands Tied. That was pretty jammin'. I like that song. I just guess, you know, if the theme of this review is kind of like the dumb mental images that come through my head when I'm listening to these things, this one was just like people with their arms like completely glued by their sides and just like dancing up a storm with the lower half of their body. Kind of like if you've ever seen Bob's Burgers, how Tina Belcher runs, where she runs, but her hands are just like at her sides. That's kind of what I pictured. It was sexy. My other moment with this one was the very, very end, because Stranger Things. It sounds like Stranger Things. Then we have Dress, which is basically like the falsetto song, because most of it's in falsetto. And this is, I guess, kind of like a rich people problem song, because usually, like when I buy a dress, I only bought this dress so I can try and get as much mileage out of it as possible for every semi-formal event that I'm going to within the next 5 years. But I guess if you have a lot of money, you can buy a dress just so somebody can strip it off of you. So like, that's cool. Unrelatable, but cool. This song does have one of my favorite lines, which is, if I get burned, at least we were electrified. My least favorite was like all of the things that she starts to say and then ends in ahs. You know, somebody who's married to an English teacher, I mean, he would have his red pen out marking up a storm for all of the incomplete sentences. Alright, so most of Taylor Swift's albums at this point have like the obligatory song for the haters. You had Better Than Revenge, you had Mean, you had Bad Blood, and on this one we get This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. Taylor Swift really has become kind of the queen of the like clap back song. Katy Perry tried with Swish Swish, but like I don't think anybody would hear something that calls them a coupon and be like, oh my god, I got burnt. I mean, here's the thing is like some stores still honor expired coupons, so it's really not a good insult. So and then we have Call It What You Want, which is probably my other favorite song on this album. It's just like super chill. I love the lyrics because it's like this song starts and you think it's gonna be another like I'm Mad song, and it kind of turns itself around and it's like, no, but this is about like the person that's getting me through all of this, and I'm just like, oh, love it. It just feels super honest, and lyrically I really like it, and I like the production, and it's just a good song. And then finally we have, and I'm always gonna have a special place in my heart for songs that are on the piano, and this is New Year's Day. Is it my favorite kind of like slower, thoughtful song that she's ever done? No, but I do like it. And I do like the idea behind it, which is like wanting to be there for all of the fun, glamorous parts of the relationship, but also knowing that like, you know, you're gonna be there during like the rough times and the parts that aren't so fun too, and that is work. And so I just, you know, it's a sweet song. So overall, what did I think of Reputation? I know you're all dying to know. Overall, I think it's a good album. I think I'm in a weird position because it's like, you know, I'm a listener of music, but like I'm also a songwriter and I do like production stuff, so I'm listening for a lot of other different things too. And 1989 was just so epic for me as far as like lyrically, the production stuff. There's so many cool like details and elements in 1989 production wise, from the guitar part in Style to like the way the vocals are kind of floating around in This Love. I mean, there's just so many cool things, and I just was left a little wanting when it came to some of the like production stuff on this album. It was very like bass and like percussion, and there weren't a lot of little like, you know, cool little things that would grab you if you're listening kind of for that side of it. Songwriting wise, you know, she's a great songwriter. I just liked the songwriting in 1989 better. I just really had high expectations after 1989, and this fell a little bit short for me. I'll just be interested to see what she does next. She's a fascinating, fascinating person. I hope you enjoyed kind of my thoughts and review of Reputation. I'm excited to have some new music of my own coming soon, and I will see you guys later. Bye!